I'm here with Koa, and today we are going to be working on his first command, which is the recall, also known as come to sit. So when we ask Koa to come to us, we want him to do so more in a particular manner. We don't want him just in our space, but we actually want him to end in a seated position on our left-hand side, just like how he is right now. There is kind of the sweet spot bubble that we want him to be in. And the idea is if he seats himself on our left-hand side, then he prepares himself for that heel position because he's already where he needs to be. So when he ends in the seated position, we don't want him sitting out here, we don't want him sitting behind us, and we definitely don't want him sitting in front of us. Sit. Sitting in front of us will really just indicate to him that he still gets to lead and be in charge. Now, when we complete this recall command, or the way Koa is to complete the recall command, is we have a certain way for him to do it. So when we call him to come, we'll ask him, Koa, come, come. We guide him a little bit with the leash because it's still new to him. Koa, come, come, and sit. Good boy. So that's how we want him to do it. He's not only going to come to us, he's going to come to our right-hand side, loop right behind us, and end in that seated position on that left-hand side, and that's how he gets into that sweet spot position. So we are utilizing, good boy, we are utilizing our remote and e-collar system. The remote is here in my hand. Now we only provide any stimulation as we're providing Koa with the command. So as I'm asking him to come, or as I'm asking him to sit, I just simply tap this black S button on the side of the remote. And I'm not clicking any buttons whatsoever. The collar is not doing anything. It does not activate on its own. But the idea is as we pair this up simultaneously, he will start to understand and realize, like, okay, when I hear this command, I get this little sensation poking feeling. And then I'm to complete the command that the handler is asking. And that's all it is. We use it as like a reinforcement and an attention grabber. So rather than always doing tug, tug, Koa, when we click this button, it's going to be like poking, hi buddy, it's going to be like poking him in the shoulder. So it's to get his attention, and then he's able to complete that command. So it will begin to mitigate potentially the use of this leash and the leash tension, and I like to call it your invisible leash. So it makes our lives easier. We no longer have to tug Koa to come along. We can just say, oh, sorry, buddy. We can just say a word and click a button. Now, of course, it's going to take some time to get to that point. So it's a lot of repetition, a lot of patience, a lot of practice. I'm sorry, and I did just step on his tail. He is very sensitive about it. So hopefully we can work on him desensitizing other people kind of just bumping into his tail. He really doesn't like it, and he tends to tuck his butt. But for the first session, he's been doing pretty well. We've already been working out here for some time, so we kind of cheated a little bit, but we really wanted to make sure to demonstrate how the commands should look in an ideal world. And as we practice with him more, we'll practice at greater distances with more distractions. But nonetheless, he's been doing pretty good. Huh, buddy? He just has that stubborn husky streak in him, and definitely those husky ears. That's where this comes in handy.